Hello friends and hello student. My name is Ashok Sigala. In this session, we learn the pointer to derived classes or class. We can say that. So yes, first I share my laptop screen and here fix the position so you can watch better when my video lecture. And here Turbo C++. I double click and take some process. And now yes is open. Alt F file menu. And here our goal write a program. Yes, a program to perform pointer to derive class or classes. We can say only class. Yes, derived class. So yes, we can first directly. Yes, we have to know what is a pointer and pointer type object. We have to already in my YouTube channel. One lecture is there. So if you not watch, then first watch. So pointer is a basic means our store the uh, uh, address of other variables. So that is a point to. So that is known as a pointer. And indirect that access that cell value. So that is an indirect variable. Also we can say that. So directly not, but indirectly access that cell and taking base of address and that value can access. So yes, here first we can include the header file. So yes, our first include iostream.h. So and then conio console input output. Yes, and then our class, and that is we can say that base. That name is a base class. So we can easily understand, and that first one member is a x, like only one member we have to define. And then here public, that is a just show this x value. Or we can also take like here, yes, no only other variable, but here we can define the constructor, yes, base, and that value is provided by a, and we can initialize x to a value. Okay, and here we can print in show, so all member inside the class inline function. So here we can say that the x value is, yes, and then we can print x and n, that is new line or manipulator. And then I just copy this class, yes, and paste to our second class, and that is a derived class. Yes, so here we can say that class and derive. Okay, and publicly inherit the base class. Yes, you have to know that is a single inheritance. So we can, so here we can change the name, so like y. Okay, and here our constructor. Yes, so here we can also use constructor. So we can say that derived. Yes, so that is a base class. We can provide the that argument. So here we can take first integer a and integer b, and then pass to the base constructor to a value. And here we can use the b value. So our base class or derived class. So here we can b as a derived class. And then also show is that, and here we can print to our y value. Yes, so here y. Yes, let us check. So now that is complete. So yes, let us first run this. So we can take man, and then we can take here first our base class. Yes, so base class and then b, that object. Okay, but we have to first pass the value of our derived class. So first we can take the derived class, some normal variable derive, and that d1, and passing the two parameter means 10 and 20, two parameter as constructor. Okay, and then we can call as a d for show. So that is a show. Yes, let us check what is print. And here first we can clear the screen. Yes, and then here get ch, yes, and then let's check. So yes, I save this file. So we can say that pointer to derive, okay, or we can say that pointer to derive class, but maximum 8 character. Okay, here is 8 is there. So yes, I save and compile. Yes, so that not any error. Let us check. So only 20 is print. Yes, because that is a show is always print. It's itself the derived class, its member, not that a base class of that member show. Okay. So yes, what is a solution? So yes, you have to call, because that is a here duplicate name is also that is show. Here is a show and here is show. So we can here directly call to base first. We can call this show. Yes. So that is a printed. Yes. Let us check. Yes, that is no any error. And let us both we print. Yes. So that is a simple technique. Okay. Now we can define our base class. Yes, so base class, that is b1. Okay, and that we can take also pointer. So b and base pointer, so we can say that b base, that type of pointer name. Okay, and we can take the base and then assign to address of our b1. Okay, and then we can call that show. Yes, that is now using the base pointer and that arrow operator use. So let us take that print or not. So we can assign the base. Yes, there is a one. So yes, that you define the constructor. Yes. So here we can use constructor is a default constructor we have to use, then and then it is work. Yes, let us check that perfectly print or not. So yes, that value is a garbage. So here, yes, here our simplicity, we can remove this constructor, because it is a creating problem. So here we can assign the value in the directly in the our main, and main we assign in with object. So we cannot take the private member, because that not rights to private member to access the private member handling the object. So here we can take all member as a public and remove this constructor all this, because we cannot require. Yes, now I remove, because we can focus on the derive pointer to derive class. Yes, that our concept. So here I take the y as a public member, not private. So here we can just show how it's works. So all are these removed. Now yes, that completely, and here now I think that is a now that not required. Let us take how it's print. Yes, so now we can focus directly. That is remaining. I remove this all. So our base class pointer and then assign and then show. I call. Let us take, and first we can initialize that member. Yes. So what is the initialization? So here first here, yes, that b1 now writes to base that access the x value, and here we can assign the like 10 directly. You can also scan, because public member that object is right now. Yes. So what is yes, here is a yes, not because that means dot operator, not arrow, because that is simple. And you can also use now. Yes, let us check this. Now we can handle the base, and then we can first initialize base pointer to arrow operator and x giving the 100. That is also possibility. Yes, let us check that work or not. Yes, no any error. And yes, now 100 is yes, print 100 we have to define. So here we can define 10 on. Yes, so that is a yes. And now what to do here? We can initialization our derived class. object. So yes, first I derive class D1, yes, and then D1 equal to Y, yes, that giving to 20 value, that is a public member now that we can. And then base pointer is right to taking the derived class, means that address. So here we can say that derived, and that is a address of D1. We can assign the base pointer, and then again base pointer we can call the show. So which function is called, that is we can take. Okay, so let us take that work or not. Yes, any error? One pointer. Yes, so here, yes, because that is a not pointer. So yes, dot. Yes, here dot is not arrow. Yes, let us take now. Yes, perfectly. So yes, that x value is not print, because that is a rules. Uh, Here what to do, here we can assign the derive, but that is a base class only inheritance, that member is access. X is a here in initialization derive in public part, but here we can assign the base pointer and taking the derived class address, but only those member that access by the base pointer, that is a inherit to itself, that is a rules. So here only x is inherit, y is not we have to take, and show is always that calling to its version, means that show is a base class, not a derived class. So yes, that is a, here we cannot call with the show is that giving the error, means that garbage value is print. So here is a perfectly work. Okay. So here is a, we can take the derived class and that pointer, that is perfectly work. So let us take. So here that technique is not perfectly not work. So here base class pointer and show is a base class call, not derived class. Show is called because address is a derived class. Yes, and pointer is a base class. That is a totally right. And let us take that value is initialization. Yes, not. So here I give the comment line, and here we can initialize y. Yes, that possibility or not. Yes, that giving the error I. Yes, let us check, and then we can call the base pointer to call the show again. Yes. So what is the result? So yes, that giving the error or not? Yes, giving the error. So why is it not accessible? When pointer is a base and derived address, but we cannot access the y. That is one word. That is I can show you. So that is a not member of the base class. That is a member of derived class. So only those member of the inherit to its class, that is accessed by this technique. So here let us take, here we can initialize x. Yes, that work perfectly or not. So address is a derived class and pointer is a base class. Then we can initialize to x. So x is also in the derived class, because that we can inherit, and let us take that work or not. Yes, now that is completely. So yes, that perfectly work. No any error. Just x two time is print. That is I can show you what is a actually that is a happening. Only those member is a initialization. So base class pointer is a right to taking the derived class address also, that was, but only those member is initialization, that itself is a inherit in derived class. That is I can just show you. So here y is not accessible, and yes, so we cannot access. Okay. So now let us take that pointer also derived class. Yes, here I declare the derived class pointer. So d, or we can say that pointer. So just d pointer. Yes, so there is long dp. Yes, that pointer to derived class, and let us take. I hold the dp equal to ampersand d1. Yes, and then dp is a call the show. Yes, and also dp now writes to is a, because that is a, now why we can also initialization, let us take, so that is a same class, that derived class uh, simple object, and pointer object is also derived type, and we can address also derived type, and initialization y, and call the show method. Yes, let us take that perfectly work or not. So yes, there is no any error, and yes, that perfectly work. So here we can two times, yes, here x is a 20 and y is 20. So here we can use some different value like 30. So you can identify. Yes, that not means perfectly work. There is no any error. Yes, now what to do? So here, if we take the argument of here, what solution? So we can typecasting is needed, then and then we can initialize the D class, that pointer. Yes, let us take that technique. So that is a last we can, so all we can see step by step. Okay. So first we can create the base class, simple object and pointer to, and then taking that value address and then initialize x and print the show method. So x is perfectly print. Then we can first we can derive class only simple object and base class to assign, and then we can call the show. So only that copy of show is called. So that print is x. So y is not taking proper value, but x is proper value. But we can use derived class object and derived class pointer. That is perfectly that copy of show is a call, and that y is a print perfectly. Now we can use here the technique to typecasting. Yes, so base class pointer we can use. Yes, so b base class pointer to access the our that member of y. Yes, how it's possible? Yes, let us take, I give some different values, so like 1000. So here we can already initialize to base. Yes, here that is a derived class address. So we can why not access y. Yes, so only needed to the typecasting. So here that is a giving error. Let us take. So here first I not typecasting, and also we can call the base class to show off the version of the derived class, not base class. That is our goal last of that session. So yes, here is error. Y is not a member of base class. So what is the solution? So here you can require the in double quotes, and that our base class derived class name, that is a, we can say that base class. Okay, so we can type casting and call to version of that is a, so, so here we can give the derived. Yes, that our class name derived, and then asterisk. Just so that is understanding that y is member of the derived class y, and then same technique we can apply to over here, and then we can access. Yes, so here we can provide the parenthesis. So here two time, and same here. Yes, so here, and then again typecasting is needed derived class. So that is a show of derived class, not base class. So that is a meaning. So that is a typecasting. So and here we can also some provide message. So see out, and we can say that derive, or we can say that base class pointer access, or we can say that print access to derive. Okay, okay, so yes, derived class member. Okay, that type of message, and L. Yes, so and also new line if any previously message is print. So both, yes, we have to use. Yes, let us take, yes, what so here is a yes, here is a, in that is a only, yes, arrow is a outside of this, so that is a now perfectly. Let us take that perfectly or not. So now no error. Yes, let us take that technique. So yes, base class point to access to derived class member. Yes, that perfectly print. So when we can, because that is a rights of parent to taking the child address and then also taking that member. That is, we can holding the base class pointer. Yes, here is a base class holding the derived class address here. Look, and we can print that the member is also in derived because that is a x and show that is a base class copy. Now we can also print in the derived class because that is a base is a right to child property directly access. So here just need to typecasting. So base class is a we can access the derived class means y that member and then show that copy of also because that is here we can give the show is two type means all duplication. Here is a base class is also show is member is here is there and here is a show is member. So only what to do. So here we can assign the base class pointer to derived class address, but that only access the x because that is inherent in the derived class and show that is also inherent in the base class. But how to we can access the y of that child that member y and show of that derived class that is a rights to access the parents to access the child property. So here that is a we have to prove that is a needed the typecasting. Yes, so that is our last conclusion. So all we have to testing and that is a pointer to derived classes. So here we can give all complete perfectly and write a program to perform pointer to derived class. Yes, or classes we can say it means number of not class but here single inheritance we can take and all public. First we can take the single class means that constructor, but constructor is a hurdles we means we cannot take this type of directly simple pointer object pointer and pointer to object because that is a constructor we have to call also at the same time. But here our focus is a main is a pointer to derived class. So here first and that is a duplicate means same signature. Here is a show and here. So xy is come to public derivation. So in public section. So here is a x and show is a 2. So xy is a public means y is already there and x is come to here and show is 2 copy. Okay, but here we can take the base class and that pointer. So only that member is a print and also we can taking the derived class address of base class that is also that is same copy of derived class that is inherit itself. But how we can print the that derived class itself member y and that show copy. So that is a needed to base pointer to typecasting in derived class. So that is a perfectly our goal to achieve. So yes, write this program to your C++ notebook. Here we can pointer to derived classes concept is complete perfectly. We have to achieve to all testing or we can that finally print to our derived class copy of y means that y and show of that member itself member derived class. But that is a pointer of the base class and taking the address of that child. Yes. So now I complete and also you can scan, but that is a problem. I just initialize static value. You can take also from user values, taking from user value x and y. So yes, I complete this session, write to C++ notebook this program. So very simple and we can achieve the concept of pointer to derived class. Okay, so I close this file. Yes, and quit. So yes, subscribe my channel Ashok Sijalakani. Press the bell icon to never miss any update. Thanks for your watching, supporting, and sharing my video lecture. And Hare Krishna.